Hi everybody. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about just one game and basically the story solutions I have for this. Yes, and basically it's not the a lot of board game stuff. So there will only be a few links below, but let's take a look. So this is the famous, or rather say very very famous board game. Okay, so pronunciation always been changing for me. I will just call it Cyclades. Okay. So is I think if I'm not wrong, this is actually a city in Greece or something. So I have 4 boxes here. So these are the 4 retail ones you can get hold, or rather maybe it's very hard to get hold. So what happened for me was I got a main box from Amazon, United States. The other 3 I got hold of it from a collector in China who has all the English retail version. And it was a reasonable price, but shipping and everything, so took a while for everything to come together. But anyway, so I will go through all the small boxes, but because of the storage solution was really fantastic, so I must say this is empty, this is empty as well, and so is this. So unfortunate to say that I think the box cover and everything looks good, but it's really a space hog and everything, and I really don't know what to do with it. So for a start, I have actually thrown the insert away from the original box because of my storage solution. I might actually just, throw away the insert here, put this box in this, and this box in this, and then I keep this box so that I don't have to destroy all the nice artwork. So without ado, let's start with some of the expansion, talk a little bit about it. I haven't really played them all enough to really comment or review the game. So this is not really a review, it's really all about storage solutions and how the storage works for me. So for the very start, this is Monuments for Cyclades. As you can see, it's a smaller box. It doesn't really contain a lot inside, especially but they are like about 10 monuments and cards. Basically, that's all. But it's a good addition, I heard, because if you check the rating for all the expansions for Cyclades, it's actually pretty high on Board Game Geek. And the game itself, I think, scores about 7+, 7.2 if I'm not wrong, last check. Of course, that fluctuates. And it has actually won a lot of awards since the 2009 when it first came out. So it's, I think, a couple of about 6 or 7 awards, like heavy board games and stuff in 2010 as well. So there's a Cyclades monument. So look at the nice artwork. It's a pity really to throw away the box. I mean, I wish I could repurpose the box, but you'll be very wrong to put anything else inside other than Cyclades stuff. Okay, so this is the one that I think most people will have some debate whether I should get it at all, or everybody should at least get it at all. In fact, if I didn't remember wrongly, there was actually a lot of advice that for this game you only need a core box, nothing else, because it's too messy, too much stuff. Okay, but anyway, so this adds one additional place, which is Hades, and maybe let's take a look at the back. So you can see that there is actually more gods, I think, yeah, and then there's actually more figurines. There's usually, look at all the figurines here. I think it's about 7 of them. So, and then of course Hades, you will have to have his own army of undeads, and more cards and stuff. So this adds quite some content, if I'm not wrong. I hope it doesn't really complicate the games, because I think the game's base only have like about 4 or 5 of this. So this gives you relatively enough options. Oh yeah, before I forget, let's talk a little bit about the credits about this game. This game is published by, I think, if I'm not wrong, Maricot is actually a French publisher. They have actually another Kickstarter right now, which is Yucatan. I mentioned that I'm actually backing that, mainly because I am also interested in Kemet, which I missed the Kickstarter, and by backing Yucatan, even for $1, you can actually go in to get Kemet at the original Kickstarter price. So, but actually, to be honest, I got both because I think Yucatan is also pretty interesting, and there's a lot of nice miniatures of Mayans, monsters, and gods and stuff. And how many games are there based on Mayan Not really a lot, because it will usually involve a lot of human sacrifice and blood and stuff, which clicks with me, I think, but not with everybody, I guess. So this is no Cyclades, the Hades expansion, big box, too big actually. It's like, look at the content here. The content is like just couple of like 7 miniatures and couple of maybe, let's give it 20-30 cards. Quite a waste of space, right? Well, I guess maybe this game was designed in 2010, and at that point in time there isn't really so much humongous games around, and people have plenty of space perhaps. Anyway, so this actually is slightly different. As you can see, the first thing that the telltale sign, this is the Titans, has a very, very different expansion setting, because this list you see is only for 3 to 6 players, but if you look back at Hades is only 2 to 5, and I think that's because mainly this has introduced some mechanisms that actually involve addition. Okay, so this is also another problem. I could always never get this right. So for this box is 50%, and I got it wrong. The orientation and everything. By the way, this is designed by Bruno Catella and Ludovic Maliblanc. Okay, Malblanc. Sorry if I mispronounce this. I'm really not good at pronunciation. Okay, so basically this is there's actually a 6th city involved, and I think there's additional fraction, the black color if I'm not wrong, that's introduced to this, and that's why it indicates 3 to 6 players. 3 to 6, 3 to 6 is the magic number, because if you look at the original game is 2 to 5. So this introduced the 6th fraction into the game, and you will see a lot more about this later in the unboxing for the actual story solution. But this is what I consider a major expansion for the game, because it not only comes with all the cards and stuff, and miniatures. There's a lot. There's new miniatures here. There are also some I think additional gods and monsters as well, and there's actually a very huge board that's added to the game. So I don't know, if you were to ask me in terms of value, right, probably this should be the first suggested expansion for Cyclades. I mean, unless you disagree with me, always can leave comments below. I haven't really gone through all the expansions, so I could be wrong, but in terms of physical value, I think this should be the best expansion. I mean, the first expansion to get hold of. Okay, and this is like the famous board game. I think even if you have not seen the board game itself, you probably have heard about it, and the cover is fantastic. Seeing this I think this is if it's a maybe it's Titan, maybe it's some sort of ogre or Cyclops or something like that, like stoning all the Spartan people, or fighting against it. And there's a board in it is seriously problem with the Kraken and stuff. So this is a very, very nice box, which I still kind of kept it in a bit of wrap, although I think the wrap is really failing me. I need to apply some other techniques to actually keep the wrap on if I want to, but maybe I will just get rid of wrap altogether. But anyway, let me take this out. You might have seen the storage solution before, but this is the storage for the all-in. So this is the additional board you get for the Titan, not Titan, it's the Titan expansion. You get this additional board, which actually folds nicely into the right size for the box. It's an extension of the original. Okay, I'll put this one side, and so this is the original board. As you can see, the board is pretty big. Oh no, this is actually another part of the expansion. Okay, so you actually get 2 pieces of this, and this is the original board. The original board is like a few folds with all the stuff. Pretty heavy and high quality boards, thick too. And there's actually this so now you have all the different standees. Now there's one added from the Hades, I think. So all these are pre-flat, lies just nice on top here. There is a place for all the small leaflet and manuals. So I have all the monuments, various add-ons all squeeze nicely. You know, you see it doesn't really move a lot because the box is designed to be a bit higher than and then it kinds of like keep the manuals in place. This is part of the original board as well, I think. Yep, it's for keeping tracks of all the tracks and everything. Okay, now is the part I talk about the storage itself. So the storage itself comes with 2 layers. This additional board, I think, is the part of the original game as well. So you can see this is kind of like a table hog in a way, but you know, yep. So originally you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 fractions. So my story isn't the other fraction is not black, it's purple or violet. So this storage solution is nice to have, like, you know, all the, you can like keep all the one single fraction, you know, in one box, and then you know, like this is loose, so you don't really like have to squeeze any of the miniatures together. And you can put all their relevant token, you know, all in, and then when you need to play with that fraction, just take out that box and you know, you got it, everything is there. And this is actually the bottom already. So you can see that the box design is good because there's plenty of space for everything. It's just that, you know, originally it comes with this insert with a, you know, like elevated coffin thing, you know, which actually isn't really helpful, I guess. I also have the same problem with that with the Fantasy Flights game stuff. And we have all the additional tokens here, you know, this like the monuments, which you can put in one of this without, you know, coming up too much. All the tokens here, the various tokens can be kept here, and here's where all you have the others tokens as well as the others miniatures from the expansion. So originally this tree was like quite empty before you add in all the expansions. There's a lot of currency. You can just leave it loose in the box if you want to, but you know, I kept it together. So you know, for fast deployment, just take the whole box out and you're ready to play. You know, nice. And then you know, these are all the monsters. You know, the Kraken. This is really nice. Okay, it's not fantastic compared to, you know, today's standard, but consider this a game about 10 years ago. You know, you have to give credit to them that it was a very good miniature game then. You know, the Minotaurs. Still good today, I think, in terms of themes. So this part I will talk about is the cards. So there are various cards that are stacked together. Then they just come out with a tray that, you know, is like there's curve here. So as you can see, my quality of my wooden wooden inserts is not that fantastic because they are laser cut, and then, you know, there's a lot of this. I guess if you get the more expensive ones, it will all come nicely like this. Or perhaps I've actually stick this in the wrong way. I don't know, but you know, I figure that if you're going to see the inside a little bit more by putting it this way, I might as well keep the clean side inside. Okay, so it's a personal preference. The second box contains more cards. As you can see, I've actually put all the cards together, and all my cards are sleeved, okay, by the way. So it supports sleeve cards all in, and there's still plenty of space for more cards if there's another expansion, I mean, after 10 years. So there's these are all the additional stuff. I think came in one expansion, I can't remember which one. Originally this place is actually empty as well. And this is the last part of the compartment where you have this is also from the expansion, if I'm not wrong, or is it the base? I can't remember. So one of this figurines trays is actually empty before the expansion. Okay, so this is where you get to keep all your additional boards for the characters, for the different players, and you know, and the tracks, you know, like for Cosmos, you know, Ares and so on. So these are all like the god tracks, and they have a compartment that's actually very nice for this. So all of them goes in without coming out too much about it, and you know, you get to actually keep everything all in one place. And they supported both heights, so this was a pretty good design. And to be honest, right, I didn't really get this from Broken Tokens, but I believe the designs is similar, if not exactly the same as the Broken Tokens. I suppose so. I'm not sure, but that is what my impression is. I could be wrong. So I'm going to put it back, and I'm going to show you that it's not really that difficult because this game has a, you know, good design, and I think the board's also good design. I prefer to keep it this way because this part will have a little bit more because of my manuals. Okay, so the manuals goes here. You can keep all the player shields or whatever you call it here, and then put all the boards back without really breaking anything. As you can see, it's almost full. It's actually not. This is a false impression because the board goes right on top. But imagine having everything in one place. And this totally is like the big box expansion. With all in. I heard there is actually a reprint for this game if you couldn't get hold of it. I wouldn't say there will be, but I'm not sure when that will happen. Some people are thinking that it's probably not even going to happen in 2022 or maybe 2023. I don't know. So that could be a problem. But otherwise, this is how I got this. Store this. I might as well show you how useless one of those what I call coffin storage is. So these are like the additional manuals in other languages which I keep here because I'm probably not going to look at them. First, I couldn't understand the other languages, so they actually gave manuals for 3 or 4 different languages here. And this one I'm talking about, at least this one is not so bad because you actually have two sides to keep stuff, and it's a PD because this is well printed. Look at the design, the art, and actually it's pretty thick. Okay, it's pretty thick. Thicker than the one from Fantasy Flight games, I think. But Fantasy Flight games ones I also throw away a lot. So this will be very unfortunate if I have to throw this away. I mean, it's sad, but for storage purpose, like I mentioned, my strategy was to keep all the boxes into each of the boxes, so that everything's fits. So this is Cyclades and 3 expansions. This all the retail expansion can get a hold of. I think there's some promo cards. I'm not sure the promo cards is really included, but that's about it. And this is like a very, very short video. Thanks for watching. You can subscribe and like if you feel like you want to see more of this stuff and more of the stuff I'll talk about in the future. But then there's no obligations. As you can see, you never encounter any ads throughout this. There's no sponsorships because actually I'm not doing that because this is just like my hobby, and I really talk playing from what I feel. Nobody gave me any of these games. All these I bought with my own money, and so you can tell that it's not biased. I mean, it's biased from my point of view. If it's bad, I will say it's bad. But good game, seriously. You can't go wrong when it's like at least 7.2 about 10 years ago, right? Okay. Anyway, so this is Cyclades, all in storage solutions. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.